Hi, it's Beth with Radiance Health. I hope everyone is doing great today. I wanted to talk a little bit about a new DVD I bought. It's a yoga DVD by Anna Brett and Ravi Singh. They have, I don't know how many different Kundalini yoga videos out there these days, but they're one of my favorites and I use them a lot. Their newest one, and this is the one I'm going to be talking about today, is Kundalini Yoga Green Energy of the Heart. Love it, love it, love it, love it. When the first time I did this DVD, I was feeling kind of depressed. I was really in a slump. My cat died a month ago. Let's not talk about that because I'm going to cry. And I was a little depressed, and everything it seemed like I tried to do was just going wrong. Couldn't get out of the house. It was snowing for 2 weeks, and really it was like, And I did Green Energy of the Heart once, just one time, and it was mood altering. Very mood altering. I started in not a good mood, and I ended up feeling much more level and balanced. This is the one in yesterday's blog post that made me, I was crying in horse stance while I was punching. Just really, really nicely done production. They had a return. If you've ever done any of their DVDs, they used to, when they started, have a white background, and they've went back to that. Much more simplistic approach, which I really like. And one thing I didn't think about when talking to someone who was thinking about buying an Anna Ravi DVD is she is visually impaired, and she liked the white backgrounds because otherwise Anna's demonstration got lost in the backgrounds. And I thought, I never thought about that because I'm not vision impaired. So, but it's just interesting sometimes to hear what other people have to say, and I found that one very interesting. One of the things I really like about it is it has a back bend section, and I'd been thinking not too long ago I'd love it if Anna and Ravi did excuse me, a DVD with back bends, and they heard me, and they did one. The first heart opening section has a lot of Cobra pose in it, where you're doing different variations of Cobra, and I find it a lot of fun, but that I really, really love back bends. I like that opening of the heart and of the front body that you get. Another thing I really like, the music in this one I think is very well done. It just really fits with the segments, and enjoyable, not intrusive at all. Just really like this one a lot. They're not even really hates, they're just in one thing, just a difference. There is no Satnam at the end. They end with a little song, which is a really nice song, and I think it fits extremely well with Green Energy of the Heart. The first time I did it, I kind of went, what? Where's the Satnam? What? I was a little lost, but then and I think I even knew from reading a review that there was no Satnam at the end, but I was just like, where's my Satnam? And it was a little disconcerting, but I'm over that now. So, and it's not even really a dislike. It's just one of those little things that you're used to this pattern of Ravi Anna DVD. And then you change it and you go, what am I doing? And the one thing, they don't put the words for the little song like they do for the chants. And so your first time you're like, what? And if you're like a heart, and so that was a little difficult because you want your eyes to be closed anyways, but I know for me I can be a very visual person, so seeing it helps me. There's 2 warm-up sections on it. The first warm-up section is longer, and it really focuses on opening up your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is right in here in your upper navel, and so you work a lot on opening that in the first warm-up set. And this one is not a lot of seated poses for warming up. You do a lot of standing stuff, and like I said, you really work on warming up your solar plexus so you can release and open up in your backwards more efficiently. It has a second warm-up that starts with plank pose, and kind of starts activating the navel chakra and getting that area activated before you go into back hands. And in Kundalini Yoga, you almost always do some form of abdominal strengthening exercise, and navel center is very important. And it's your willpower, so you want to have your will balanced with your heart too, and so it makes sense to work it. Let's see, looking at my notes here. Warm-up sets. The first green energy set is the back bend set. Like I said, lots of cobra variations. You're going to do one where you do your head back and forth, and there's one where you go like this with your arms, and then you go up farther again. Challenging and fun, trying to hold yourself in there. One thing I found for me, because with Kundalini Yoga, I usually have a rug and then my pillow to keep my hips up. I find when I'm sitting for a long time, I need a little more padding underneath my ankles than I would in normal Hatha Yoga practice. So I have a little extra padding, and I ended up getting rid of that padding since you were doing Cobra with your legs up and I kept slipping. Lots of Cobra. There's locust variation, a bow pose, which is my nemesis. No matter how much I love back bones, oh, that one just, for whatever reason, being on my stomach, grabbing my feet with my arms is very difficult for me. Wheel, I can do wheel, bow pose, or whatever. They have a wheel pose with a breath and fire, and frankly, in this one, I've been doing yoga for 20 years? I don't know. A long time. And I go up into it, stay for a little bit, and then I come down and do the modification. With the back bends, if you feel at all like you're not doing it right, your back hurts, something's going wrong in your neck, whatever, anything, just feels a little off, or you don't feel like you're at a point that day or in your practice, modify it. Back bends aren't unsafe, but at the same time, they're very complicated, and you have to think of what your back's doing, and we have this tendency to want to be like that picture we're seeing, or like Anna Brett, who's extremely flexible, and most people are not that flexible. So work where you are. You want to lengthen. Say this is the floor, this is your tummy, and this is your back. You want to lengthen. You don't want to go, oh, look what I can do, and crunch your lower back into a position it's not ready to be in. You want to lengthen your spine and have like someone's pull. I try to imagine a string in my head pulling, and there's a string in my toes and it's pulling, and they're pulling each other apart. So you have even curve and you bend evenly and you're pain free, as opposed to crunch and then your lower back hurts and you're like, oh yeah, yoga made my lower back hurt. Be careful with it. Don't force yourself somewhere where you're not ready to go. Because believe me, doing wheel for I don't know how long it is with breath of fire is challenging. Wheel is challenging with just long, deep breathing. And it can, one thing, you go up in there and you expect a panic response. If you haven't done it before, there's a good chance you're going to go and kind of freak out. But breathe through that, be safe, and be brave. Yeah, but if you feel like you're hurting yourself, back out of pose and do the modification. There's no shame in modifications, believe me. Love modifications. The second set for green energy is more of a standing set, and I actually really like both of the sets equally. I've been doing the whole video, so you're doing a cross crawl move in the beginning, breath of fire and prayer, which I actually find really, it's very grounding and very centering for me. I really, really love that one. You do some arm circles, and they have a variation of this in their meditation DVD, but you go like this, but only you're standing up this time. And while you're doing it, you're doing breath of fire, of course. So you can balance your heart with your will. And, it's a very powerful segment, both of them. And you put them together, and your mood's going to be so different by the time you're done. There's also some breathing at the end of it where you're seated on the second set. Really like how it You start with this intense and then you kind of end up winding down. It's a very nice wind down. You have a lovely guided meditation where Anna walks you through being in a boat in a bed of flowers. Very relaxing. And the chant for this one is Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Wahe Guru. Just works really well at the end of this one. I find it to be extremely beautiful and just very nice. And I think that is my review of Kundalini Yoga, Green Energy of the Heart. Highly recommend it. I've been enjoying it. I'm doing it once a week right now as part of my yoga practice. Highly suggest buying this one. And that's all I have to say today. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.